In this video, we're going to be demonstrating how to do a 3 to 5 month hair replacement unit. So first we're going to start by shaving down your client's entire area of recession. As you can see here, this client was already a past client that wears hair replacement units. So for us to shave down his area of recession, it was a lot easier because we already had that guideline created. But what you mainly want to focus on while doing this is shaving the hair down to the point where his hair grows the densest. You want to shave it to that thicker part of the sides and the back where their hair grows really thick. That way, whenever you apply the unit, the hair from the unit and his existing hair are going to transition together naturally. That's a very important part of the process. You also want to try to keep the shaven area recession line as straight as possible. That's going to make it a little easier when we do the initial cut-in process. Make sure that your trimmer is gentle. So while you're shaving down the area, you're really aiming for a smooth and even surface for better hair unit adhesion. Now I'm just going to dust off any excess hairs that are laying on the scalp. Make sure you dust thoroughly so that none of the hairs are trapped underneath the adhesive. So I'm going to apply a no sweat spray. This kind of acts like a deodorant for the scalp. And then I'm also going to apply a scalp protectant as well. Your no sweat spray is also going to help control the sweat and oil and just help your adhesive bond better and keep your hair unit secure. Your scalp protectant is going to create a barrier to prevent irritation and also ensure that your adhesive sticks properly. This will improve the comfort and extend the wear of your client's unit. I'm going to start out by mapping his hairline. This client voted on a Barber Edge hairline, so he does want that straight edge, crispy hairline appearance. The way that I started out is by him raising his eyebrows. That way I can see where the last wrinkle on his forehead lands. You typically want to start applying that line about a 1/4 inch above that last wrinkle on his forehead. This is going to help you identify your client's natural hairline and make adjustments as needed. So you want to let your client see and check in the mirror his own hairline. That way they can make sure that this is the hairline of their dreams. What looks good to you sometimes the client doesn't always like. So just try to keep that in mind when applying your client's edge or hairline. Then you want to kind of soften this line up a little bit. You want to make sure that this line is very faint. That way, whenever you do apply the unit, it doesn't have a really strong white line underneath the hairline, because if you do apply this adhesive or adhesive tape over the chalk line at all, you will not be able to remove the chalk line from underneath it. It will be trapped underneath the adhesive. So if you notice, I'm going to apply the tape directly behind the hairline. The reason why I'm applying them vertically instead of laterally is because the smaller side of the tape is easier to maneuver when going across the hairline. So we can actually make it curve a little bit more. You know, even though this hairline looks straight, it's still slightly curved up in the corners just to create a natural hairline appearance. And I do the same thing for the round side in the back of his head, because you want to make sure that the adhesive tape is a solid foundation. It doesn't matter if the adhesive overlaps one another a little bit, as long as it's all laying flat and you make sure to squeeze out any of the air bubbles when applying this tape. So make sure whenever you do initially apply it, you just rub down on that adhesive tape really well before pulling off the blue strip. This is just like using double-sided Scotch tape, guys. When applying this, just try to keep in mind that everywhere as you lay this adhesive tape, you're gonna lay the base of the unit over it, so there will be hair in those areas. There can't be any areas where this adhesive tape is overlapping where you don't need hair. This is going to be a lace-based unit, you guys. It's a French lace material and a ripple wave pattern and a 1B in color. So this is going to be your most natural appearing lace. It's very, very thin, and it also has a perimeter surrounded around the base, and that's going to be used more for natural hairline patterns. So because he's going with the straight edge barber pattern, we're going to take the first line at the top of the unit, and we're going to just trim away some of the excess lace around it. So this is going to be the lace around where the hair is not V-looped into the base. So when you're looking at the base of it, you can notice that some of the lace will not have hair on it. That is going to be the lace that you're cutting away at. Then we're going to apply this unit from front to back. As we're applying this unit, you want to apply it about a 1/4 inch above that hairline you drew. The reason for applying it above it is because those hairs along the base for the front hairline will overlap onto the adhesive and create a very, very natural barber edge style. You don't want to place that base overlapping the adhesive, because then your hairline won't be secure and it will not look quite as natural. So then we're going to start by cutting the base from the back side first. You just want to roll it up using your thumb, and then with your other hand, you're going to take a straight razor and you're going to gently cut the base of this unit. As I cut the lace, I'm going to take my time to just make sure that it's a clean, precise trim, just following the natural curve of the head shape, making small, controlled snips. This technique will allow me to prevent fraying and just ensure that the lace blends seamlessly with your client's skin for a natural look. So as you double check, you want to make sure that there's no excess lace overlapping your client's existing hair or overlapping that hairline that you drew on. Then we're going to start sectioning off the perimeter of your unit. So you're going to want to pull out about a 1/4 inch of hair all the way around this unit. So that's for the hairline, for the back, and for both sides of this unit. This is going to be a very, very vital part of making sure that your hairline and the sides of your hair blends in naturally. So after we get the entire perimeter sectioned off, you want to go ahead and take a razor comb. You're going to use the long teeth side of your razor comb and gently just drag it along the hairlines. This is going to be used as a debulking tool for the perimeter of your client's hair. My client is going with a mid fade with no hooks. For his unit, I can go up a little bit higher, but you just want to proceed with caution. If you're doing a low fade style, then maybe start out with the unit a little bit lower with the razor comb. That way you leave a little bit more hair and room for your fade. With your razor comb, just take off a little hair at a time. Less is more. This is going to keep the perimeter of your hair looking really natural and give you a little bit more control. Then I'm going to take a foreguard and I'm just going to go with the grain of the unit, cut it all down, get it down to size for us. This is just going to take some of that length off. So we had 6 inches in length on the top. Now we're down to a foreguard. And I know what you're thinking, barbers. Why would you cut wavelength at a foreguard? It's usually like a 1.5 to a 2. Well, these wave units are permed and set on perm rods in order to get and create this wave-like appearance. If you do cut the unit too short, it will expose the base of the unit and it will not look like waves. It will look very choppy and unnatural. Cutting slowly is going to be the key to avoiding gaps in this unit's waves. So take your time to ensure that the waves stay even, and look good. Then you want to just take your comb it all in place after you get it cut down to the right length. If you feel like a foreguard is still too high in certain areas, after you comb it down, you can freehand the unit a little bit just to catch any of those wild loose hairs. After you're done cutting it down, you're gonna apply your do-rag. I always like to make sure that I widen out the flaps. That's a very important part, just so that you're not cutting off the circulation of your client's scalp and killing any more hair that they may need, right? The whole reason why they're here is so we can save their hair, not kill it. So after you get that do-rag really nice, tight, and secure, we're gonna go ahead and take some set and wrap foam lotion and apply it through the do-rag on your client's entire head. And the reason why you're applying it through the do-rag is so that you can control the foam. If you apply the foam wrap lotion first before applying the do-rag, I find that this just helps me to control that foam a little bit more and also get just the right amount of foam wrap going through that do-rag into your client's unit. So you just want to work it in really, really slowly. Make sure that you work that foam wrap lotion all the way into your client's do-rag. And then after, we're going to go ahead and wipe off any excess. And then we'll just make sure that your do-rag is, once again, double checked, really tight and secure. And we're going to go ahead and blow dry out all of that setting wrap foam lotion. You want to keep blow drying it and use your hand to kind of work it in with the grain to set in some of those waves. So as you can see through that unit already, we are already getting a little bit of wave action. Applying the set and wrap foam lotion is crucial for wave units because it helps mold and set the hair in place. So this just makes sure that the waves are defined and smooth, and the foam lotion also adds a little bit of moisture, so it helps reduce frizz, just enhancing the unit's overall appearance. So those waves are nice. They're already really, really laid. We don't have a ton of loose hairs, but if we have any loose hairs, I'm gonna come back with my Fade Masters and I'm gonna go ahead and work off any of those loose hairs using my masters. The reason why I choose the masters is because these clippers allow me to cut the least amount of hair as possible, because you can literally hear every single hair that comes off of this unit. This is not a promotion for the master clippers. I just do prefer to use them when I'm cutting my units down. So you see, whenever I take off that last little section of frizz, any frizz that I can't get using that set and wrap foam lotion, I'm gonna go ahead and trim off all of that. And that's where we get this really nice natural wave pattern. So then, just like if you were to cut your client, you're just gonna start from the middle, work your way on both sides, and you just wanna, make sure you're not digging in too much and try to look through the unit as much as possible, just to make sure that you're not going past that line and digging into the base of this unit. It should just fall in place at this point. This is like taking candy from a baby. You see how natural this is coming out, guys? This looks very, very natural. You don't want to push his sides back, so because he has very light sides, I do like to use a little bit of enhancements because this client is a superstar, guys. He likes to look his best every day of the week. He also gets a haircut once weekly. He doesn't mind using the enhancements because with that haircut once a week, he gets them freshened up, and the enhancements typically last him throughout the week because he doesn't do a hair wash in between. I also enhanced his beard a little bit, even though this video is not about his beard. Check out how crispy that thing is. Come on, man. How can you miss it? His beard is sharp. His hair is sharp. We are in business, guys. Look at this. This is amazing. I'm just gonna be putting the finishing touches. I'm not going to take a ton of time on the haircut because all of you, I'm sure, are great barbers and stylists. But this is our after product of the video. It came out beautiful. And I know this video will help you to do the same with your clients.